So tell me exactly how you've been impacted, your take on the whole situation, and what you're seeing there with boots on the ground, so to speak.
Well, essentially, I live in Washington, D.C., even though my legal residence is there in Alabama. My home is there in Alabama, but more and more I'm here. I have a number of clients, the city of Huntsville, the airport authority, AdTran, others in North Alabama that I still try to keep briefed about activities on the Hill, whether they're appropriation activities or COVID-related opportunities for hospitals, for Hudson Alpha, or for wherever. So this has been part of my life. And as you know, I was 18 years a member of Congress, so I went to and from the Capitol voting for 18 years. And here I am sort of watching a Capitol scene that's an unbelievable scene to me. I never thought I would see the day when the Capitol would be stormed by protesters and that political issues would be taken to that level. I can't believe we're reduced to that.
People have called this the end of democracy. Your thoughts?
Well, I'm not going to let myself say that. This ship will surely right itself. We've got to wear some things out here. But this is not a good sign at all. And unfortunately, the tension between the Trump supporters and their conclusion that he really won this last presidential race has been carried too far, and consequently it seems to be boiling over today. But I was caught by surprise by the numbers of folks that I'm seeing on the TV screen where I am at this airport, and just what this might mean. I mean, I see members on the floor of the House, running for cover. The last time I remember doing that is when we thought another plane was coming at the Capitol after 9/11. But this is serious business to watch this sort of mob scene where windows are broken in the United States Capitol on a day when both sides of the Capitol, the Senate side, the House side, are debating issues that can be heard in a structure, in the give and take structure, and then put to rest the way issues have to be put to rest at one point or another. This is remarkable, and not a United States scene that I would want any of us to have to see.
Well, what are you seeing before you got to the airport? Were things chaotic in the streets of D.C.? And
look, we've all known coming into this week things were going to be tense. You're going to have the Georgia elections that might decide the balance of power with regard, especially to Senate majority versus minority, and then we could see this effort to contest the electoral certification process state by state that would be going on in the House and the Senate. And so that made this scene here ripe for protest groups on both sides to kind of come out and voice their opinion. Voicing their opinion is one thing. I mean, I served during a time when we had an impeachment going on. That was during the time of Bill Clinton, and we had mobs of folks expressing themselves on the grounds of the Capitol. That felt pretty scary, but never like this. Never where we reach this kind of pitch. So no, I don't think it's the end of democracy. I think this is a very difficult time, a very sobering time, where a lot of us better wake up and realize that we've got to put this to rest.
Looks like you turned your video off.
No.
Oh, there you are. Okay, now
here I am.
Very good. Now, what are people like in the airport? Are people nervous, worried, or is there any kind of status quo?
Well, I got in a part of the airport for a lot of reasons that it isn't very well occupied. I'm at an international gate. Obviously, I'm not flying internationally, but it's not that crowded here. But most everybody that I'm looking at around me now seems to be glued to the TVs that are showing what's going on here. But my phone my text messages are just going crazy from people in Alabama and elsewhere saying, are you there? What do you make of this? Are you safe? Of course, I myself am reaching out to Senator Shelby's office, to his staff, seeing how they're doing over there. I don't worry necessarily about them being safe, but just this atmosphere and needing to get today the certification sort of behind us, and so that we can get on with this in this January. That all needs to be accomplished. Look, I work both sides of the aisle. I've learned to be effective by working both sides of the aisle. this give and take can be done, and it needs to be done.
Any advice that you have for people of Alabama who may feel strongly about this one way or another?
Well, I think feeling strongly is one thing, but thinking about even some degree of violent protests or even an idea of overtaking the government, we can't have that. But for those that are worried about what's going on, they have every reason to worry. But I would think we together will get control of this, meaning local government. In the case of the District of Columbia, you've got federal assets here that can help protect this very area, but this could spread and we need to watch that.
Going back just 1 second to the area there, is there an increased police presence around you? Did you see it on your way to the airport or things
No,
out of the ordinary?
no, but I was warned this morning. I had to travel a couple of hours from where I was. I was on the other side of Washington, D.C., not at my place where I would ordinarily be. I knew that a good bit of the core of the city was going to be shut down. I needed to run by my office. Most of us in D.C. are not working out of offices at all. We've been working remotely for months and months and months, and I might say pretty effectively, having meetings on the phone with Hill staff, committee staff, members of the House, members of the Senate. Of course, right now they're very, very preoccupied, not just by the protests that are going on, but what they thought they would be doing today in session and all. But I was warned to stay away from the core of the city, so I had to spend another hour and a half on the Beltway going around the city, which was very crowded because a lot of the inner DC roadways were shut down.
Very good. Anything else important that I missed, you think?
No, I'm very concerned myself, but I hope we'll get through this. I know we will.